and start to Zoom. So welcome, guys. I hope everybody's had a great week so far. So we'll just, in this Zoom, I just kind of wanted to go over a lot of basic stuff and kind of go a little bit, into detail about what FSE is, your endocannabinoid system, and kind of go over the different products and the different delivery methods and why there is over 30 different products. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. So let's start off by talking about what is FSE. So FSE stands for a full spectrum extract. And what that means is full spectrum is everything out of the hemp plant. So that's terpenes, flavonoids, fatty acids, cannabinoids, THC. And what that does is when you put all those together, it actually maximizes your benefits. So, for example, when you do have a true full spectrum, also what that gives you is something called homeostasis, and it puts your body in homeostasis, and it actually does something for you called the Entourage Effect. And to break that down, what that means is that everything will work together and it balances your body back out. Another thing about FSE and then the way it's extracted is one big thing is they use a proprietary patented extraction process, which they use nano and cryosonic technology. So what that means is that's pretty much broken down molecules on a cellular level so our body can absorb 100% of the products. So not only are you getting a true full spectrum, you're getting everything out of the plant, but you're making sure that your body's being able to absorb 100% of it, because there are other CBD products that are on the market, such as isolates and broad spectrums, where your body's only being able to absorb around 30 to 50% of the products. So that's another great thing. Also, with ReAction and FSCs, what they do is they control everything from the seed to the bottle to you, which is absolutely amazing. And what that means is that they are the ones who control and own the farming, they control and own the extraction, they control and own the bottling, and then when it gets shipped to you. So everything's under one hand. There's not anybody that's on different agendas and buying different products that they're not knowing exactly what everything's put into it. So they do this so it's the highest, you get the best product out there. So to explain, FSC, and we know why it's so great, but go a little bit why we need FSC. Talk a little bit about the endocannabinoid system. So the endocannabinoid system is something that practically controls your whole body. It controls anywhere from your movement all the way to pain. So you have two main receptors in your body. There is one misconception that these two main receptors are the only receptors in our body. Our Cb1 receptors and our Cb2 receptors, which isn't, true. It's just what we kind of tend to go off of our main receptors because it controls mostly everything. There are a lot of other receptors. Your Cb1 receptors control your brain and your central nervous system. So, example, that usually tends to help with anxiety, stress, inflammation, pain, depression. So it controls a little bit of everything. And then you have your Cb2 receptors, which control your immune system, your gastrointestinal tract, your peripheral nervous system. So it controls a little bit of everything as well. So one key point to the endocannabinoid system is it runs off of something called endocannabinoids. So what that is it's CBD molecules that our bodies are actually naturally producing. A lot of today with processed foods, everyday life, a lot of our bodies aren't being able to produce as many endocannabinoids as frequently anymore. So one big key point about the endocannabinoid system is it's ran off of something called homeostasis. So homeostasis is our body's balance. So our whole body is ran off of balance. So whenever you fall out of balance, you kind of get stuck in that position where you feel like you can't pull yourself out of it. So I always use pain as an example or anxiety as an example. We'll go off of that. So if you ever notice yourself, you're having these bad anxiety issues and now it's causing you to have sleeping issues, and then now you're tended to have inflammation and pain issues, and you kind of just get stuck in this downhill. Now you have appetite and mood issues, and you just feel like you get stuck in this downhill spiral. And what's great about the FSE and the ReAction products, that actually puts your body back into the homeostasis. so it helps strengthen that. But one big thing is I've been doing a lot of research about the endocannabinoid system, because there's a lot of people that, me and, Lindy have talked about this multiple times, is when you're expecting a change, these products have worked. There's 1,000 testimonies on them working and helping replenish your endocannabinoid system and get it back healthy again. But there's a lot that goes behind that. To treat your endocannabinoid system, something that practically runs your entire body, you want to treat it right. And there is certain things to treat your endocannabinoid system right, and that includes the food that you eat, the sleep that you get, having healthy relationships, and whole plant medicine. And that's one great thing about ReAction, because like I said, it is everything out of the plant. So that is considered whole plant medicine, which is awesome. Make sure that that keeps us healthy and keeps everything in line. Even if you're only doing it for one reason, if that's inflammation and pain, at least you're getting that overall health. So I want to kind of go over a little bit about what ReAction products are. ReAction actually has over 30 different products. And really what that is for is because it just provides all of us with different delivery methods, because everybody is different. So everybody may want to, somebody is going to be having these inflammation and pain issues, but somebody's going to have anxiety. So you're going to need different delivery methods, whatever work best for you. So we'll go over, start off with tinctures. So tincture is something that you do under your tongue. And why that is because it's the fastest way into your bloodstream. ReAction tincture, it comes in 2 different milligrams. So it comes in a 500 milligrams, and it also comes in 1,000 milligrams. It comes in 2 different sizes. So it comes in this 30 milliliter bottle, and then also they have a 5 milliliter bottle, which is like a travel size. Anybody that takes it on the road, or anybody that's trying to share the product with other people. It also comes in 4 different flavors. So those flavors are natural, blue raspberry, honey, and orange. If anybody hasn't tried the new orange, they definitely should try it because it's pretty good. That and the blue raspberry are going to be my favorite. Right now I'm on an orange kick though. So with the tincture, say if you're doing 500 milligrams, the roundabout dosage to get the 33 milligrams, that would be twice a day, 2 full droppers under the tongue, holding it under your tongue anywhere from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. If you're doing 1,000 milligrams, I always recommend splitting it up, but it would be 1 full dropper is 33.3 milligrams. So next we have the capsules. So the ReAction capsules come in a 30-day supply and a 7-day supply. So in the 30-day supply, the whole bottle contains 1,000 milligrams of FSE. And what that means is each capsule is actually 33.3 milligrams. Then the 210 milligrams is in the 7-day. So each one of those capsules, again, are 33.3 milligrams. What capsules are tended to be used for, there's a lot of people that can do them throughout the day once your body gets used to being on the FSE, because it is in concentrated forms of all at once. A lot of people use them at nighttime, and it helps them sleep. It helps them relax enough so when they fall asleep, it helps their body get to REM sleep. So next we have the topicals. So the topicals come in 3 different sizes. So it's going to be the pump bottle, which you can just pump on and apply to any area. It comes in the salve. So salve, the only really big difference between these two is the salve is, it's just a texture. The salve is going to be more of like a Vaseline. So I always recommend it for anybody that has like bad skin ailments, like you have wrinkles, aging spots, cracked feet, any stuff like that. It'd be good to leave on overnight. With this guy, it is more of an oily based, so it's easier to spread, only have to use a little bit to cover a whole area. Then there is the travel size. So the travel size is good for traveling or even sharing it with other people. Definitely really popular for that. All of them have 2,100 milligrams of FSE. So they're all extremely concentrated, and they all have their own special ingredients in them to kind of target what they're suggested for. So there's 4 different formulas. There is Relief, Recovery, Revive, and Renew. So relief is more of your spot pains. So anybody that has bad inflammation and pain issues, arthritis issues, a bad day where it's raining, it's really good to just rub on the pain and pass the pain, and get relief from it. And then there is Revive. So Revive is more for skin cream. So more acne, wrinkles, moisturizers, little bit of everything it's been used for. I've seen a lot of people use it for a lot of different things. Then you have Recovery. So Recovery is going to be for like muscle and joint repairs. So anybody that's constantly working, has a job, they're working their muscles and joints, it helps recover that. Also, anybody that works out all the time, it's a great great product to use that for. Then there is Renew, which Renew is one of our new topicals, and there's been a bunch of testimonies about it. But Renew is going to be for eczema and forgetting the word. Psoriasis, thank you. Psoriasis and eczema is what they're mainly used for, but there's been a lot of testimonies with people that are using them for aging spots. I've seen personally a testimony that it was a pretty quick change for aging spots. So anybody that has been looking into that, I definitely suggest trying it. And then next we have Reclaim. So Reclaim is our lip balm. So really good for any cracked lips, dry lips, or as Billy says, voluptuous lips. There has been some testimonies for people that really like it for fever blisters. So definitely 500 milligrams in a really small tube. So I would definitely suggest trying those guys if you haven't. Next, we have the ReAction edibles. So the edibles are one of my favorites because they're easy to share with people and an extra dosage throughout the day. There is the ReAction gummies, which are new and amazing. So there's 100 milligrams in the whole bottle. So there's 10 in a bottle, meaning that each one of them are 10 milligrams a piece. So they're pretty strong and concentrated. Like I said, they're really good for an extra dose throughout the day or even before you go to night, but they are delicious. If you have not tried them, you need to. And then ReAction also has ReAction fudge, chocolates, and caramels. Each one of those are 10 milligrams a piece. 4 come in a box. So definitely look into that if you haven't. But one thing I wanted to go back reverse on the topicals is a question that they get asked pretty often. Is they expect it to be this lotion-based. Why is it more of an oil-based? Why is it green? Why is it not like a white lotion? And the easiest way to explain that is because ReAction is a true full spectrum. And what that means is it's not water soluble. So it does not mix with water. The way you make lotion into that white lotion feel is through mixing it with water. So you can't do that with FSC, and that's why it is more of an oil-based. I personally like it a little bit better because the absorption rate is higher because it is more of an oil, so it's easier to absorb. And it lasts a little bit longer because you're able to cover a bigger area with a smaller amount. So definitely that's one thing that I get asked about a lot, so just emphasize on that. Also, ReAction has a pet line. So the pet line, there's 4 different products. There is the tincture. This is really great for any time that you put it on their food. You can put it directly on their mouth, or you can put it on a treat. Then there is the ReAction pet capsules. So the pet capsules, however you would want to do it, if you put it in their food, if you put it on cheese to make sure they're getting it. This is actually something new that I'm going to be trying. I haven't got the capsules. I just got my Simple Ship today. So I'm going to be trying these. I'm going to actually take them out of the pill and, see if I like it that way. I don't know why. I just wanted to switch it up. But then there is the ReAction Syringe. So the syringe is concentrated as well. I always suggest putting it directly on a treat to give it to your animal, just because don't put it right in their mouth, just because it is more of, or on their food, so it doesn't get on their face, but just because it is more concentrated, not a lot of carrier oil, so it's more of a wax. And then there is the pet salve. So the salve is used for any skin elements that your pet's having. So any dry spots that they're having, any areas that they're itching more, hot spots, any cracked paws, anything like that, their noses are raw, anything like that, the pet salve works extremely well. There's a lot of different testimonies on the topical for that reason. I mean, within 5 days, it's a game changer. So I definitely would suggest looking into that. So if the pet line is absolutely amazing. So to go over, next I kind of wanted to go over the different delivery methods. So there is a bunch of different delivery methods, you know, that they kind of gave us. There is sublingual. There's whenever like a capsule or edible, so digesting it, and then topicals. So sublingual, what that means is that you're doing it under your tongue. So that would be more of your tinctures. The oil that you do under your tongue, and why you do it is because it is the fastest way into your bloodstream. So it's something that people do throughout the day because you do absorb it extremely fast. Any you know, extra dosages throughout the day, it's a really good way to get relief. Capsules and edibles, they take a little bit longer to digest for you to notice the difference. It usually takes anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. It all just depends on your body. Everybody's different, so it may take you an hour. It may take somebody 30 minutes before you start feeling the effects. But because of the way that you do digest it, the effects do last a little bit longer, just because of, you know, the way you're digesting it. So the effects will last a little bit longer. Topicals is an extremely fast way for an absorption rate, and why that is it's more for spot elements. That's what topicals are usually used for, is more spot elements, as in skin elements or pain. So it's really fast, quick relief. So that's what I would suggest that for. So that just kind of explains the different ways, you know, that you can get delivery through CBD. If you haven't tried different ways, I mean, what hurts in trying? I've done the capsules. I've done pretty much all the products. Besides, personally, I've not taken the pet products. So usually that helps, especially looking into what the actual issue is. So people with anxiety, you'll know exactly what you would want to give somebody just based on how long the effects are going to last, what's more immediate. So it looks like I got a lot of messages in here. So I'm going to go ahead, open this up to questions, or anybody has testimonies.
Victoria, let's talk a little bit about the virus that's going around in our immune systems and how important it is to take the product to strengthen your immune system. One of the things I do, I've been taking a little extra lately just because we're around people all day long at our shop. And the other thing that I do is I take the relief cream and put it on my chest and neck every single morning just for an extra protection so I don't catch a cold or the flu or whatever is going around. So to speak a little bit about how important FSE is for your immune system.
So that is a great point. I've talked to a lot of people that you don't really think that they have a lot of issues, and they take ReAction as a preventative. And that is 100% okay. Not a lot of people, question I ask people is, do you take vitamins after you get sick or before you get sick? So that's one big thing, is this is helping build your immune system. It's helped building the endocannabinoid system, getting it back strong and functioning again, because like I said, whenever you when you fall back into that downhill spiral, you kind of feel like you just get stuck there. And processed foods, certain prescription medications, I mean, it start damaging the endocannabinoid system. So whole plant medicine is pretty much one of the only ways to get your endocannabinoid system back and running again. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. You have the coronavirus, I know I went to the doctor, and there's a lot of different stuff that's going around, with chest and cough and all this different stuff that's going around, especially just because the weather's all over the place. I suggest to anybody that, a household that's getting sick, or you hear stuff is going around, to suggest to either up your dosage or, you know, make sure that you're taking the products for anybody that isn't on the products, just because you want to make sure that your immune system and that you're getting the support. So then whenever an illness does come in, that hopefully you won't get sick. And if you do get sick, it helps you get over it a little bit faster.
Yeah, and I'd suggest also is, like they say on the news all the time, washing your hands is vitally important. And if you're going to sneeze, sneeze in your arm. Don't sneeze into your hands. So,
Yep.
Yep. But I think it's done amazing. I haven't gotten sick since I've been putting that on my chest since November. So, knock on wood, everything's good.
All right. And then I see Shelby has a question. Shelby, if you want to message it, or you can unmute yourself. I'm just trying to read through all these messages as fast as I can, trying to get there. Oh, it wasn't Shelby, it was Lisa. Lisa Grant said she had a question. Sorry about that. So Lisa, if you want to message it in the chat bar, if you can unmute yourself. Alrighty. I don't having some audio issues. Lisa, do you still have a question, or did that get answered talking about viruses and the sickness that's going on right now?
Hey, it's me.
Hey.
Hey, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Sorry, you've been going in and out because I've been driving home and
I kind of lost you there for a little bit. Yeah. I think you froze up on me. So.
Hey, Victoria, it's Rachel. While we're waiting to see if she can get on. I'm sorry I couldn't make it last week. It was my big 5-0 birthday week, so it was kind of crazy work-wise. I didn't take a day off.
Happy late birthday again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks to these products, I'm going to live a lot longer. So, you know.
There you go.
I loved your, I wrote this down. Do you take vitamins before or after you get sick? I love that. That's a great comparison to kind of, you know, on the prevention side of things. And but yeah, I am planning on probably tomorrow starting to, I'm getting a little anxious. I'm sure a lot of people are. I mean, Trump's getting ready to come on in 35 minutes, you know, and speak to the United States about this coronavirus and what's next and all that. So I have anxiety anyways, and these products have helped me tremendously. But I'll probably be upping my dosage, just, you know, because hey, you know, our bodies know, they tell us, right? They give us signs, right? When we get into that flight mode or whatever. And it's very nerve wracking. But either way, I saw the comment, I think it was Lindy, who said she's been using relief on her chest and neck, kind of maybe as a prevention method. So, but either way, I'm really open to, like, you know, understanding. I've been Googling, you know, like, because, you know, you got to Google CBD, right? To say CBD, because they don't, you know, Google isn't yet accustomed to full spectrum, unfortunately, to say, how does this benefit you with your immune system and that kind of thing. And there's definitely some great prompts that come up, you know, when you Google that, CBD, immunity system. And I think it has probably something to do with our endocannabinoid, right, system that we're treating, right?
It does.
And giving, right. So can you speak a little bit more on that? And then other than that, I you know, yeah, our nanotechnology is huge, you guys. I mean, if you're taking vitamins, you should be making sure they're nano, right? You're ingesting 90% or better, right, of the vitamins that you're paying for. But yeah, I'll shut up and just let you speak a little bit on that.
No, you're good. I always love your input on everything, just because it helps me come up with But yeah, one of the key things is, like I said, I mean, it's your overall endocannabinoid system does control everything you do. It's just as important as your brain than it is anything else. But there's actually our Cb2 receptors in our body. So like I said, we have our Cb1 receptors and our Cb2 receptors. Our Cb2 receptors actually control our immune system, gastrointestinal tract, peripheral nervous system. But our immune system is one big thing that it does control. It helps with positive and negative bacteria in our body. One great thing that I love about ReAction, because there is a bunch of products out there that you can take, different vitamins, different antibiotics, all these different things that you can take for illnesses or preventatives. But one great thing about ReAction is because of the CBD, that it only targets healthy cells. It doesn't target healthy cells in your body. It targets the unhealthy cells, and it starts working, getting everything to that homeostasis and equaling it all out. So anything that doesn't need to be correct, it's not going to target everything. So that's one big thing that I kind of share with people. That's the easiest way to put it. But I use people, for example, in our bodies, there's, bad bacteria and there's good bacteria. The FSE, it's incredible because it's something that our body needs. It's only targeting the negative bacteria. It's not targeting it overall to where it causes us to get more sick. So definitely, I would suggest dosing up on your dosages if you are, in an area or a house that is more tend to be sick, or if you're working in a retail shop or constantly out. I mean, overall right now, it is something that you can up your dosage if it is something that you're worried about. But there is some sickness going around, not even talking about the coronavirus or anything like that, but other illnesses that are out there right now, just because I know right now we're struggling a little bit, North Carolina, because the weather's hot, cold, so everybody's getting sick. But I keep hearing a lot of testimonies in here about the relief cream and people using it. I know my boyfriend this morning woke up and his chest was tight and he just didn't feel good because I got him a little sick. I got over mine pretty fast, but his chest was pretty tight this morning, and so I was like, Joe, use the relief cream. And he's like, okay. Well, he's trying to take Advil and all this different stuff. And I was like, Joe, just use the relief cream. Just trust me. He rubbed it on his chest this morning, and he was like, he just looked at me like I was crazy. And he was like, I actually feel better that fast. I was like, oh yeah. So there's been some crazy testimonies. Me and my grandma were just talking about it. Me and Lindy were talking about it right before everybody jumped on the Zoom, how incredible the relief cream is. And she did the same thing, and almost immediately it was a relief. So definitely the relief cream is awesome. So let's go back and see if Lisa is available, if her phone's working again.
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I like I said, I was just coming home from work, and the reception was bad. But anyway, I have a girlfriend trying the tinctures, and she has not had success with it at all. She says it's keeping her awake. And so I was like, well, maybe you could try a gummy or a capsule, or some candies or something like that to go along with it. Have you ever had anybody say that this, the tinctures hasn't worked for them, or should they take 2 droppers full, or what is your thought on that?
What's her dosage right now?
I just told her to take a full dropper full before, like an hour before she goes to bed at night.
Of what milligram?
It's the travel size.
So the 500 milligram. Okay, that could be a lot of it too. For instance, there's a lot of people that kind of get into their own heads when it comes to about CBD, because I mean, staying awake to the products, I've never had an issue with anybody saying that it's keeping them awake. If anything, it's helping them, relax and, go to sleep and sleep too much. I've never had the reverse issues with it. You said that she's struggling with anxiety?
No, well, her daughter's going through some life situations, so she might be having some anxieties about that.
Okay.
But she texted me a little bit ago. She said that she had some eye surgery and they gave her some Benadryl to relax her, and it kept her awake most of the day when she was supposed to go home and sleep.
Okay.
And then I told her about the chocolates and she's like, doesn't that have caffeine? I said, no, I don't think so.
No, they don't. What I would suggest is upping the dosage, since it is a travel size tincture. It's going to be still concentrated, I believe. Let's do the math on that. But it's still concentrated enough, but I'm guessing what she really needs is she probably needs a higher dosage, just because she is going through some stuff right now with anxiety and sleep, and especially somebody that if they are struggling to sleep, that they're having a lot of issues with homeostasis. So that's one big thing that people usually, some people that I've worked with, they notice that everything starts to go up and down before it starts to actually fall back into place. And why that is because it does put your body into homeostasis. So especially in females, and it depends on the age, but a lot of the hormones are all over the place. Just because of certain life things that happen, your hormones start to get out of whack. So whenever your body starts to go through the homeostasis, you feel like it's, going up and down, and then finally it will hit that spot. And usually it's not fast. It can be even a week, but you start to notice then it stops, and you start to feel those, feel better and better and better from sleep, and then anxiety, then stress, then pain. You notice it kind of in that tiered level. So what I would suggest is either if you have capsules, like how I share my capsules, instead of giving a 7-day, I'll take one of my 30 days and give somebody like 4 capsules and say, hey, try this. Even the edibles, because the edibles are extremely concentrated, so they're really good at helping, getting them relaxed enough, because not everybody, it doesn't make everybody knock out. What a lot of people do is it helps them relax enough, so when they fall asleep, they stay asleep.
Okay.
But that's what I suggest.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So let's see. I think we may have some more questions. Yeah, some people are giving some suggestions, but yeah, I always suggest something an hour before bedtime, before taking any of the products. And this is to everybody. When you take something at nighttime, you want to take it about an hour before. Some people are different. They take it about 30 minutes before. It just depends on how fast it reacts to you. I always do it an hour before, because by the time you're in bed and you're watching TV and you start to relax, you want to take about an hour. So by the time everybody says when they're going to bed, I like turning off the lights, getting everything ready. We all know it actually turns into a way longer process before we actually get into bed. That's why I always suggest like right around dinner time, because that's right before you do the dishes and then go to bed and everything like that. That's what I would suggest, just so you have enough time for your body to break it down. So whenever you're ready to fall asleep, you feel relaxed already, and then you can fall asleep, and then it's already in your system. So I always suggest that. So I don't think I have any more questions. If you guys do, just write them in the chat bar or unmute yourself. All right, that seems about it. Well, I just want to thank you guys once again for joining the Zoom as always. We don't do this. We do this because we like these products, we love these products, and we want to help everyone. CBD is something that me and my Nana are extremely passionate about, and we know ReAction's changed our lives. It's changed other people's life, and we just want to spread the word and be able to spread knowledge and help people that have any of those questions. So I just want to thank you guys, and I hope everyone has a great night.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining.